Have you ever felt like you're just stuck in a loop? Maybe you keep dating the same kind of person, or you react to stress in the exact same way every single time. Well, today, we're going to pull back the curtain on those hidden patterns that run our lives, and we'll see how we can actually start to change them by getting to know our inner child. It's super frustrating, isn't it? That feeling of knowing you're in a pattern, but you just can't seem to figure out how to break free. But here's the good news. There is a way out, and it all starts with understanding exactly where these patterns came from in the first place. So, what is this inner child thing anyway? Well, it's not just one thing. Think of it like two sides of the same coin. On one side, you've got your authentic self, that joyful, magical, confident kid you were born as. But on the other side, you've got the wounded child, the part of you that's holding on to all the old hurts. The whole point of healing is about bringing these two back together. This quote, wow, it just nails it. As babies, we literally don't see ourselves as separate from our mothers. We're a team, a single unit. Our mom is our entire world, so her well-being is quite literally our well-being. And okay, this is where it gets absolutely mind-blowing. This connection isn't just, a feeling. It's physical. A mother's electromagnetic field is actually regulating her baby's body. Her nervous system is teaching the baby's nervous system how to react to the world. So if mom is stressed and anxious, the baby's nervous system learns, okay, the world is a stressful and anxious place. Okay, so what happens if that early environment wasn't all that safe or nurturing? Well, our brains are incredible little survival machines. They create a kind of map to help us navigate that difficult world. So let's take a look at how that survival map actually gets made. This brings us to a kind of fancy term, but the idea behind it is super simple and, honestly, brilliant. It's called neuroplastic adaptability. All it means is that your brain is a champ at adapting to whatever environment it's in. As a kid, this is a total lifesaver, but, and this is a big but, as adults, those same survival strategies can become our biggest roadblocks. So what does this actually look like in real life? Well, see if any of these ring a bell for you. Hypervigilance, always scanning the room for danger. People-pleasing, trying to earn love by being perfect for everyone else. Or emotional suppression, just stuffing those feelings down to keep the peace. Sound familiar? Here's the thing. These aren't your flaws. They're skills you had to learn to survive. And all those complex survival patterns we just talked about, they're really all built on a foundation of 4 super basic responses to a threat. You either fight it, run from it, that's flight, freeze up, or just go numb. These are our deepest instincts, and they become the building blocks for everything else. Now, let's connect the dots. How do all these early survival strategies actually show up in our relationships as adults? This is where we get into something called attachment styles, and trust me, this stuff explains so much. All right, first up, avoidant attachment. This one develops when a kid learns over and over that their needs just aren't going to be met. Imagine a baby crying for its mom and she doesn't come. That baby eventually learns, okay, you know what? It's just safer if I don't need anything from anyone. And that leads straight to that intense independence and emotional distance in adulthood. And running underneath all that behavior are these powerful, unspoken beliefs. Things like, people just aren't going to be there for me, or I'd better get away before I get hurt. Now, you're not walking around thinking this stuff consciously, right? But it's there, like this invisible script running in the background of your relationships. Next, we have anxious attachment. This one comes from inconsistency. Sometimes the parent is there, sometimes they're not. It's like relationship roulette. This creates this constant humming anxiety and this desperate need for reassurance. This perpetual feeling of, are they going to stay or are they going to go? And if this is your style, man, the world can feel like a minefield. You're constantly scanning for proof of abandonment. A text that takes 10 minutes too long to come back, a weird tone of voice, that's all it takes to set off those deep alarm bells that you're about to be left alone. Okay, now we get to disorganized attachment, and this one's the most complex and, honestly, the toughest. It develops when your safe place is also your scary place. The person you're supposed to run to for comfort is the same person you need to run from for safety. Can you imagine the confusion? It just shatters your sense of self. The roots of this style are often in really traumatic stuff, abuse, neglect, or just growing up in a totally chaotic home. The child learns a brutal lesson. There is no safe place. And that feeling, that constant sense of being on high alert, it doesn't just go away when you grow up. even long after the danger is gone. So we've got these core attachment styles, right? They're like the operating system for our relationships, but there's another layer to this. It's about the specific roles we unconsciously jump into when things get heated. And there's an amazing tool for seeing this in action. It's called the drama triangle. It's a simple model that shows how we get trapped in conflict by playing one of three roles: the victim, who feels helpless, the perpetrator, who blames and attacks, and the rescuer, who swoops in to fix everything. But here's the crazy part. You don't just stick to one role. Once you're in that triangle, you bounce around and end up playing all of them. But hey, the good news is you are not stuck in this triangle forever. Step one is just seeing it. Just having that aha moment of, oh, wow, I'm in the triangle right now. Then you figure out your entry point. What's your go-to role? Are you the rescuer, the victim? And the last step, it's the hardest, but it's where the real magic happens. You step out, feel what you're really feeling, and speak your truth. Whew, okay. We have covered a ton of ground. We've looked at where these patterns start, how they play out, but now for the most important question of all. What do we actually do about it? So let's dive into some practical, real tools you can start using on this journey to reconnect with yourself. Here's a really simple but seriously powerful exercise you can try. In the morning, just for a few minutes, write with your other hand, your non-dominant one. Sounds a little weird, I know, but it helps you get past your logical brain and tap into those deeper feelings and memories. Then, in the evening, you read what you wrote and you write back to it with your normal dominant hand. This is your chance to let your wise adult self offer some compassion to your inner kid. The reason this works so well is that you're literally creating a conversation between two different parts of your brain. The morning writing, with the non-dominant hand, that's all heart, all emotion. It's your limbic system talking. The evening writing is your grounded, logical adult mind stepping in. It's just a beautiful way to start bringing all those pieces of you back together. And remember, healing isn't just something that happens in your head. It's a full-body experience. So here's a physical practice you can do. Just get comfortable, breathe deep into your core, and put one hand on your chest and one on your belly. As you breathe, just imagine all the scattered, fragmented parts of yourself returning home to your center, like lost birds finally finding their nest. And don't be afraid to make some noise. A yawn, a big sigh, a little hum, let that stored energy out. And this all leads us to the final and maybe the most profound idea of all. De-center yourself. What on earth does that mean? It means recognizing that your struggles aren't always just yours. You're part of a larger family system, and you might be carrying patterns that were handed down for generations. Healing is about stepping out of the middle of that family drama and finding your own center, your own peace, totally separate from the roles you were taught to play. So I'll leave you with this question to sit with. If you could get quiet just for a moment and truly, honestly listen to that youngest part of you, what would it say? What does it really need from you today? Because listening to that answer, well, that might just be the very first step on the journey back home to yourself.